Hello, dissertation students and candidates. Dr. B here, also known as Dr. Bell. You could also call me Marcia if you want. And I'm checking in real quick. I wanted to touch bases regarding an issue that I noticed, like from some of the groups and some of the forums around. And it's basic. It concerns writing, and that a lot of people who are new to dissertation writing, it seems like maybe they're losing confidence in their writing and themselves. Maybe they're what's this deal they talk about imposter syndrome and different things like that. And so I noticed that they tend to, a number of students tend to be looking for like some sort of third party intervention to help them get through the situation. Well, one thing I really think is so important to emphasize, and sorry I'm messing around with my hair. Here, let me take my glasses off too because there's a glare. Um, One thing that I really emphasize is owning your work. And that takes a commitment. You have to start off the bat owning your work. You know, you don't want to depend on a coach, you don't want to depend on an editor. Now, of course, these things are fine, and you want to have a really nice, slick looking dissertation when you're finished. When you're out ready to defend, your dissertation better be tight. It better be clean. So, all right, sending it through an editor, but you got to watch these editors too, because if they don't specialize in academic writing and they're not familiar with your topic, you see, you can't just send something to an editor and expect them to have everything that you've got in your mind in their mind, because they don't. But anyway, I want to talk about some of the issues I've seen and been reading about. Like, for example, there was one person who was saying that, you know, they wanted to focus on their topic, but in terms of APA writing, that just didn't seem like a priority to them. And so I encourage this person, you really should learn APA writing. You should learn um, college writing. You should learn academic writing. That is so very important. Um, because you're becoming an expert. So you're not just becoming an expert in your field, but you're becoming an expert in research. And part of research is writing, is you know, reporting results, interpreting and reporting results. And when you write a dissertation, by the time you're done, you need to know your topic. You need to know your research questions. You need to know the problem that you're expounding on. And you know, taking shortcuts, that's just not really the way to do it. So now, by the time you get to the level of doctoral student, you've proven, or you should have proven, that you have a strong command of the English language, that you have a solid understanding of grammar, and that you have some background in academic or college writing. Because if you didn't, I don't see how you can get up to that level. I mean, you even have to write a statement to get into a doctorate program. So now, mind you, I'm not coming here trying to bash or, anything like that. We're non judgmental. That's the situation. Bashing is not where it's at. Um, but I am basically trying to remind you of how smart you actually are. Okay, if you made it this far, you know grammar. Uh, you know how to write about academic subjects. You know how to think critically. So you're there. You're beyond there, especially if you already have a master's degree. I mean, some people jump from bachelor's to doctorate, but for the most part, people seem to, have experience and then a master's degree. You know what I'm saying? And so, I was talking to one person and they were saying something like, well, I rather focus on my topic and kind of put APA to the side because I'm having so much trouble with APA that I don't really want to focus so much on it. And then I said to the person, I said, I really encourage you to learn APA because one thing you want to be proficient. You want to be proficient in APA. You want to be proficient, have a proficient knowledge of your topic. You want to have proficient knowledge of the theoretical framework you're using, the conceptual framework you're using, and there's a difference. Um, then you're going to you want to have a really tight a literature review. Sorry, Matt. And your methodology, quantitative or qualitative. You can't really just choose, oh, I want to do qualitative. That seems easier. Qualitative is not easier because it's got these subjective components that you have to interpret. Quantitative, you're just looking to see if there's an effect, if something affects something else. And so you don't it's pretty much more cut and dry. The only thing is, it's more, in my view, more statistically uh, it's more statistically based. And so if you're scared of math, then that might be a problem for you. But it's really quantitative, very, for me, it's a lot of fun, and that's my specialty. I prefer quantitative, but I'm very interested in qualitative, and I can conduct qualitative research. But what I'm really saying though is it's so important to go through the processes and learn the processes. If you are required to use APA, I say it's very, very important and crucial to learn APA and to learn all of the processes involved in the dissertation writing uh, eh, program. Okay? Um, if you have to put your dissertation, if you have to put your proposal aside for a week, for 2 weeks, for a month, it shouldn't take you that long though. To learn APA so that you're comfortable with it and you don't have to think about it. You know, you know how to cite, in text cite, and keep track of your references, but that's another technique that, because that takes forever to do your references. But I'll get there in another discussion. But it's very important to learn whatever academic writing style your university requires. Take time to learn it. Take time to be proficient. Be proficient in every aspect of your dissertation, because you're going to become an expert. You're going to become a scholar. People are going to come to you and want you to mentor them. You need to know how to argue. You need to know, because you do. You have to argue a lot of times with your committee of why you can study this particular topic and why you want to, quote unquote, solve this research question. Um, I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry, this problem, why you want to solve this, quote unquote, problem. And, you know, the taking shortcuts, that's really not going to get you where you want to be intellectually. Um, you can hire coaches, you can hire editors, but in the end, you are the person who is writing this report. They can't do the APA for you. You have to do that. They don't know anything about your topic. They're just going to take what you've written and make it look nice and pretty. But as far as the message goes, that's all you. And there's no other way around that. There's no other way around that. Everything is part of the doctoral experience. I mean, and this includes all the behind the scenes stuff as well. We're talking about, you know, changing chairs, filing grievances. I had to file a grievance against my chair. And they had me file it directly against him. Oh, there goes my phone. Sorry about that. And I had to face him face to face. Then I got in a situation where I felt like I'm going to file a complaint against the whole university. They're harassing me, and stuff like that. And so I had to go toe to toe with three ex military male doctors, you know. So, and they're like, well, it doesn't seem like you understand such and such, and I'm not sure you're quite blah, 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 blah. And you said this. And I said, no, 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 no. That's not what I said. That was not what happened. What happened was ABC. What was said was dot, dot, dot. What I understood was blah, blah, blah. What the chair said, and so there's so much. And then, of course, you have all these things that are going on, like maybe you're getting a divorce. There's people that get divorces. There's people who have babies. You get in an accident. Um, you have to suddenly fly to Arizona, or your husband's mom in Poland. It's just anything that can happen. With me, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And it even took me like almost an extra 2 years to finish because of all of this stuff that was going on in my personal life. All that is part of the doctoral process. You are a resilient person. Becoming a doctor outside of the MD, because the MDs have another situation going on, but when we're talking about doctoral degrees, PhDs, that is the hardest thing that probably you'll ever do. I mean, at least for me, it is. I can't think of a lot of things that were harder than that. I've had some hard things to go, but this, oh boy. And I always tell people, I said, well, I only had 3 strokes, 2 heart attacks, and 5 nervous breakdowns on the way to my doctorate. So you get an idea what it's like. But what I want to tell you, you feel like you've got this huge weight on you. But as you work through it, and you're working through it, the weight is lifted through the learning experience, and you begin to understand. There's nothing better. Nothing better. And, if you take the shortcut way, you're going to miss a lot of the experience that really needs to go into it. So, um, you know, that's my take. So basically, what I'm saying is, you know, when you start your doctoral journey, try, do it, commit, make the commitment to owning your own work. You can do it. There's no question about that. There's no question. And you know what? We will help you. We'll get you through. Okay? Don't be afraid to ask for help. But you can do this. You made it this far. You might as well keep going. Okay, well, thanks a lot, and we'll chat again.